Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nightfrost here with the Gamer Cable US YouTube channel. This is a look at Runes of Magic. This is going to be a generic overview. This is taking a look at some of the game systems such as character creation and in-game systems such as moving around, questing a little bit, combat. You'll find it to be very similar to other MMORPG games out there. This game is free to play. You can do a Google search for it, Runes of Magic, create an account, download the Slim client first because the game is a bit of a hefty download. It's over 7 gigs if you get the full client. The Slim client's about 3.5. Updating also does take a while, so make sure you install this game on a night where you have plenty of time. With that note set aside, let's go ahead and look at the character creation options. For character creation, you've got tons and tons of options. On the left, you'll notice the creation options themselves, but over here, let's take a look at the right. You could make a character name, obviously, the race, which is human or elf, the gender, male or female, and the class system, you have warrior, scout, rogue, mage, priest, and the knight. Let's make a warrior. They are, in my opinion, the best example class. If you think there is one better for doing this demonstration, leave a comment. Alright, I just went and changed his hair color, skin color right here. Hair color, as you saw just like 2 seconds ago, there is a color wheel. Yes, actual color wheel. So you can have any color you want, which is freaking cool. So you could have lime green hair on a human. Yeah, pretty damn amazing. Alright, now we're going to take a look at some of the other stuff. Hairstyle, it's on a little slider. You just click these little arrows to get to new hairstyles. Face, same concept, same principle. I'm just going to use this end one for now. This game has a lot of customization. Like, you could change how big your head is. You could change the size of your breasts, your height, chests, hips, arms, forearms, head, legs, calves, and feet. A lot of options here. So, you know, you can make your guy really, really tall, or you can make him incredibly short. That's pretty cool. So, you know, you can tell we can mess around with some of this stuff. We can make this guy really, really bulky. You know, let's give him some arms. Let's give him some forearms. You know, he's a warrior, so he needs to be strong. Alright, so once you create your character to the way you like it, play around with these settings. They're very fun to mess with. Definitely a very nice character creation system, very detailed, and if I were to rate it on a scale out of 5, I'd give this system about a 4.5. It is almost near God perfect. I'd just say the user interface for it is a little on the clunky side, but it's definitely better than a lot of other ones that I've seen. So character name, I'm just going to call this Gamer Cable US. I don't really care what we name it because I don't plan on playing this character. This is just for demonstration purposes. So click continue. It's creating character and then hit continue, and you will see that your character pops up. We're going to go ahead and hit enter world, and you will see a loading screen that is very generic to all MMOs. You get some tips, a picture that you probably don't understand. Well, that is, you noobs probably don't understand it, but anyone who's been playing this game probably knows what that is, and then of course the status bar. This game's load time is fairly decent, depends on your system. So here's the game itself. This is the Pioneers Colony. You get the option to take a tutorial. Let's go ahead and do that. I recommend you do that if you are a new player to this game. It tells you some pretty basic stuff. So here we go, we're on the tutorial map. It tells you some stuff. Before we get started, let's take a look at the user interface. You've got your action bars down here. You've got your user interface buttons, such as you could access your backpack. So there's a bag with a bunch of stuff in it. Bunch of stuff, a lot like WoW. There's a mini map up here, and of course there's instructions here, chat, experience bar down here. So very, very simple user interface. I'd say a very clean one. Most games have very clunky stock UIs. While this is not one of my preferred stock UIs, I would say it's a very clean one. So let's go ahead and click next step. It doesn't really matter. You can move with either your mouse or WASD. Obviously you could set your own keybinds if you so desire. This game has a good option for setting keybinds. As you can tell, key bindings, you could change them very clean, very simple. This one talks about strafing and moving your camera. Q&E, unlike in WoW, which make you strafe, make you turn your camera. So here's the questing system, very similar to any MMO. The NPC will have an exclamation mark right over their head. Just right click them. You will get a simple quest description containing the objective of the quest, the rewards involved, and an accept or leave conversation button. So obviously, being a normal player, let's accept the quest and let's move onward. By the way, this is the inside of a building. Just some commentary on the models. The models look very anime inspired. A lot like WoW's graphics, but they're definitely there's a difference between the two. Definitely. So here's the combat system. For combat, all you have to do is right click over your mob that you want to attack, and then just start using your hotkeys. Obviously, auto attack is set to 1 right now, and I've got a special attack set to 2. When you kill a mob, you will see the scrolling combat text show leaving combat. The scrolling combat text in this game is actually very easy to read. Most games have terrible scrolling combat text. As you see, I just right-clicked the mob, and it brought up a loot table of what it dropped. Pretty useless item, so I'm just not going to pick it up. Although I think you have to for the quest, so let's just pick it up anyway. Alright, let's finish killing these basic mobs. This guy tells you some more stuff. A bigger enemy's going to come down, and we're going to kill this thing. Now, this mob demonstrates some of the systems in the game. Like in this game, there is some form of crowd control like functions. The mob does give you immobile use of your character. Your character does become immobilized. Now you have to kill all these spiders. So, as you can tell, the combat works a lot like World of Warcraft's Rifts. It's an MMO, so if you play a lot of these RPGs, the combat is going to feel the same. The basic systems are the same. I'm just reiterating this because someone's going to ask, what are the controls like? Believe me, people, commenters. Alright, so when you're done, simple, just right click on the NPC. You'll know that you have finished the quest either by looking at your quest log, or when you run by the NPC, they have a golden check mark. So, now that we know that we are finished with this, we can pick our reward. We will get our bag, and now we click complete quest. So, there we go. We've completed the quest, and you receive a mount when you leave here. Pretty cool. This mount is a 63% mount. So, it's an entry-level mount. Then once you're finished, shortly after the completion of that quest, you are teleported out, and you are now in the normal Runes of Magic world. Before we end this video, I just want to go over some of the other systems. Of course, I mentioned the action bars, chat, mini-map, character view. The map, press M, you get a map of the zone that you're in. City, there's some city maps. Pretty nice looking cities right there. The maps in this game are fairly well detailed. They take some getting used to, I would say. You can close a map just by pressing the M key, just like in any other game. Here's the first town. This is Pioneer's Colony. As you can tell, there are quests here for you to do. You will level up. You can find some vendors. Let's go over and find a vendor really quick, and I'm lagging really bad. This game does have a bit of an issue with input lag, so if you have a slow computer, you may experience some problems. To talk to a vendor, all you do is right click on him, he'll give a little speech, and then click open store. You will see the vendor options pop up. Vendors can sell anything from gear, potions, consumable items, anything. So do always check the vendors in town to see if anything there is useful. Obviously pick up quests. Here's again the inside of a building. Looks very nice, very clean. The graphics of this game are pretty good. The computer requirements, it requires an average computer. I would suggest having a dedicated GPU for this game. Because it is a 3D RPG game, it will make any IGP lag. This would be like your Intel integrated or your ATI Radeon 4200s. Those will kind of lag. And yeah, and there's someone who is much better than I am. Alright, so this has been the first episode of Preview here on Gamer Cable. Please remember to comment, rate, subscribe. Also, stay tuned for upcoming World of Warcraft PTR content. Have a nice day.